Hey, what's up, guys? Do you do Uber Eats or possibly DoorDash? Then this video's for you. I'm going to be discussing a bunch of things about these two apps and what's going on with them lately. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay tuned. I'm of the opinion that Uber Eats is never going to get any better than it is right now. Recently, Uber Eats has started this whole thing like DoorDash, where you can go in the promotion section of the driver's app and you can sign up to make at least a certain amount per hour, or you can just dash per trip. I'm always going to just dash per trip. That whole thing with dashing per hour is just a bunch of malarkey, in my book, in my opinion. Here's the thing with it, guys. Uber Eats was my very first app over 5 years ago, and it was always one of the best apps. It's one of the apps that made me the most money out of all the apps I've ever done, hands down, including tips. The tips that I got within an hour later were always fabulous. Wonderful. Fantastic. Uber Eats has gotten so chintzy at what they're paying for their offers and their trips anymore that it's ridiculous. And maybe one in every, or two in every, I'd like to say 15 trips might be half decent. At one time, everything was pretty decent. Probably anything out of 10 trips I only declined at one time. That's how it used to be. And at one time they used to pay a base fare and a trip supplement. So I'll never fall for that dashing or doing Uber Eats by the hour. I'm always going to do it per trip. Whatever they're paying for the trip itself when I accept it. If it looks reasonable, if it looks like it's really great, I'm going to accept it. If it don't, it will be getting declined. They still got this thing going on about the cancellation rate, keeping your cancellation rate below 20%. And lately, they're starting to remind everybody. What are they doing? Getting like DoorDash? You got to remember, DoorDash is still the only app that treats us like an employee when in fact we're independent contractors. DoorDash is still the only app that stays so oversaturated in any given market area. And you got to remember, guys, when DoorDash is oversaturated, the pay goes down. When there's not many dashers, pay goes up. I don't know if there's a market area anywhere where there's not a lot of dashers. If you're in one, comment down below and let me know. I'd like to know about this. I'd like to talk about it. The other thing about DoorDash is they've gotten, a while back, they started getting better on their, paying better on a lot of their trips, on a bulk of their trips. Not all of them, but a bulk of them. And here's the other thing, guys. Lately, DoorDash has just gotten back to the old basics of paying really low for high miles. And who does that benefit? Except for DoorDash or the customer. DoorDash always forgets about the fact that we're in this for a reason. To get their name out there, to get whatever orders come into them out to the customers. And we should be included at being a priority for not only getting a good offer, but to get a good tip on top of it to boot. I don't know, guys, anymore. Uber Eats, DoorDash, I question it anymore. I've been doing it for over 5 years. The beginning of last week, I had over 5 years doing DoorDash. They sent me a thing, Dasherversary. A day later, they sent me something about keeping my completion rate just where it needs to be. Or possibly, down the line, I could be deactivated. What a freaking joke. DoorDash is the only one that will remind you of something when you're doing good, but also really try to hand it down to you and hound you for when you're not doing right by them. I don't know, guys. You got to make up your own minds and form your own opinions. But in this world, in this gig economy, it's a tough game. I do multi-apping strictly every day. I'm a strong multi-apper. And I always got at least 5 apps running at any one time. Up to a while ago, I was running Grubhub too until I started having an issue with the app. I've been trying to point out the problem to Grubhub about this for weeks on end, and they still don't have the app right. But yet I'll be sitting there at night and the app will glitch and it will just ding. I can't go on and make myself available because they never asked me to update my license, but yet they got my license in review. And it's saying 1 or 2 days. But it's been like that for over a month when I go on there to try to do Grubhub and it won't let me on the app. I've uninstalled the app. I've reinstalled the app. I've contacted driver support. And they keep sending me messages saying, oh, we understand you're having a problem uploading your license. No. Wrong. I'm not trying to upload a license. I'm just trying to go on the app. You never asked me to upload my license, so I don't know. That's a whole nother problem. But this video I was trying to aim at strictly Uber Eats and Doordash. Uber Eats the other day sent in my inbox of my driver app about reminding about keeping cancellation rate below 20%. I'm like, come on, Uber Eats, you're getting like Doordash. I was always in the platinum, in the highest on Uber Eats, and yet my satisfaction rate still stays at 98%. They've just gotten into this thing where they started sending in so long ago low pay, high mileage trips. And who does that benefit? It surely doesn't benefit us. It's surely not going to benefit you. With long wait times, traffic, construction, and all sorts of other things, guys. All this benefits is Uber Eats and the customer itself. When I see some of these offers coming in, it is disgraceful. It is sickening and disgusting. And then with DoorDash on top of that, in an oversaturated market area, I don't know, guys. If I didn't multi-app, I would basically make nothing. I found myself in the last so many months doing more Spark delivery, picking up at Sam's Club than anything. And I will take those Uber Eats and DoorDash that are paying really great in between when I get them, if they are available, which isn't often. I don't know, guys. I don't know what gives. I don't know what will become of Uber Eats and DoorDash. I don't know why Uber Eats is attempting to try to mimic something now that DoorDash has been doing all along, letting you work by the hour. You're getting cheated on that. You're getting cheated on that. They're going to send in all the trips in that nobody wants, that we're just taking them by the offer. This guy over here might be just doing per offer, per offer, per offer. Decline, decline, decline. Guess what, guys? If you're doing it by the hour in Uber Eats, you're getting all the ones they declined or canceled or whatever. It's a big racket, and it's getting worse and worse as time goes on. Uber Eats was fantastic at one time, until they started messing with all these updates and updates and updates, saying we're making things better. You're making things better for you. You're not making things better for the driver. It's the driver that always gets the brunt of things. It's the driver that always pays the price for why things aren't going right on the app. I don't know, guys. Something's got to give with Uber Eats and DoorDash, and it's got to start now. Let me know in the comments below what's going on with you if you do Uber Eats and DoorDash, and let me know what's going on with you. Are you making your money? Are you meeting your quotas? Are you reaching your goals doing Uber Eats and DoorDash? I don't know. I still do Uber Eats and DoorDash. But things all across the board need to pick up and get better, guys, for us all. I speak for us all when I say I feel like we're getting cheated. And I say that very strongly, with an urgency. So come on, Uber Eats, let's get with it. Let's go, DoorDash. Stop with your dirty tactics and make things better for the driver. Start thinking about the driver when it comes to things. Start stressing the tips. Stop sending in those low paying, high mileage offers. And let us finally be at the top and reach our goals like we're out here to do. It's crazy, guys. The gig economy is a very unpredictable place to be. And if you're not hustling, doing at least 3 to 4 apps a day, there's something wrong. Never solely just rely on DoorDash. And at one time, I could make it just on Uber Eats. Every day. Hundreds of dollars. We're in different times now, guys. And they got to get with it. They got to remember who we are as drivers and the time we spend doing this and make things better for us. It's got to start now. Let's go, Uber Eats. Let's go, DoorDash. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you feel, what you think. Of course, I expect you to form your own opinions, your thoughts, your ideas, and comment down below. Let me know what's going on with you. My name is Dave, Renegade Gig Hustler. Take care.